Yasir and his family faces, marked by both fear and a profound inner light. Then, into the stifling air of Mecca, a new sound echoed a call that transcended tribe and status. La ilaha illa Allah. The message of Islam reached Khabbab's ears. It spoke of one God, of absolute justice, of the inherent equality of all human beings before their Creator. For a man whose entire life had been defined by chains, these words were not mere theology. They were the key to a spiritual liberation so profound it dwarfed his physical bondage. A powerful, emotive scene. Khabbab, after a day at the forge, dusty and tired, finds his way to Dar al-Arqam. He stands at the periphery, listening to the Quran. A verse is recited. Quran verse. O mankind, and Uzza. His answer was always the same: a refusal, a prayer, a testament to his Lord. The fat from his own burning body would sometimes extinguish the iron, so they would heat it again and apply it once more. Intercut with scenes of other early Muslims suffering, Bilal being dragged over scorching rocks under the Arabian sun, the heavy stone on his chest. The family of Yasir by the weak believers of Mecca. Yet in this hell, there was a strange solace, the solace of brotherhood. In his moments of relative respite, Khabbab would seek out the Prophet, moment. I knew that if I gave in, he would be hurt even more. He then lifted his garment to show them his back. The scars were so severe that one of the onlookers said it live comfortably, but I find no pleasure in this world anymore, except that I hope for the reward of my patience in the hereafter. The camera shows his simple home in Medina, a stark contrast to the wealth now flowing into the Muslim state. He is not attached to any of it. His gaze is always beyond. This is the pinnacle of sacrifice. He had given his youth, his comfort, his very flesh. And when the world was finally laid at his feet, he had no desire for it. His sacrifice was so complete that the pleasures of this world held no allure. His eyes were fixed on the eternal reward, promised for those and honored by Allah. The burning iron did not consume his faith. It purified it, leaving behind a legacy of pure, unbreakable gold. The camera moves slowly over the modern landscape of Mecca and Medina. The Kaaba, surrounded by millions. The Prophet's mosque, serene and vast. Then it transitions to a quiet, humble graveyard in Medina. A simple, unadorned grave is pointed out, the resting place of Khabbab ibn al-Aratt Ra. The body of Khabbab ibn al-Aratt returned to the earth centuries ago. The fires of his torment cooled. The swords of battle dulled and turned to dust. But the legacy forged in that crucible of suffering burns with an eternal flame, illuminating the path for every generation of believers until the end of time. What is the impact of this man who owned nothing, yet gave everything? Reenactment of Khabbab in later life. Of a hadith book open today. His narrations are not just historical facts, they are emotional and spiritual anchors. When he narrated the Prophet's promise of future victory during the depths of torture, he was not just telling a story, he was teaching the principle of tawakkul, reliance on Allah, and certainty of divine promise. A montage of diverse Muslims throughout history and today facing trials. Prisoners of conscience, minorities under oppression, individuals battling poverty or illness, activists standing for justice against powerful tyrants. Over these images, we hear Khabbab's words, "I find no pleasure in this world anymore, except that I hope for the reward of my patience in the hereafter." This is Khabbab's timeless lesson for the oppressed, the marginalized, and anyone facing injustice for their faith. His life screams that dignity is not granted by society, but by Allah, that true freedom is freedom of the heart, that the scales of Allah's justice are absolute, and no pain endured for His sake is ever wasted. It is a direct refutation of the idea that material weakness equates to spiritual inferiority. A modern blacksmith at his forge, a laborer with calloused hands, a refugee starting anew, their faces resolute. The image of Khabbab at his anvil is superimposed, creating a bridge across time. He is the patron saint of the mustadaf and the downtrodden. He represents every believer who feels powerless in the face of worldly systems. His legacy says, "Your sincerity, your patience in your station, is a form of jihad that may outweigh the deeds of those in comfort." The Prophet P. said, "The best of people are those with the most taqwa piety." Khabbab proved that taqwa has nothing to do with social status. Return to the close-up of the hot iron from part 1. But now, as it cools, it is not just a tool of torture. It is being hammered and shaped on the anvil into a useful, beautiful tool. The symbol of the burning iron is transformed. It is no longer just an icon of suffering. It becomes a metaphor for the believer's test in this world. The fire of trials, oppression, poverty, temptation, loss, is not meant to destroy us. It is meant to temper us, to burn away impurities of doubt, hypocrisy, and attachment to this world, leaving behind a faith that is strong, flexible, and purposeful. Asterisk Quran verse audio, powerful. Do you think that you will enter paradise while such trial has not yet come to you as came to those who passed on before you? They were touched by poverty and hardship and were shaken until even their messenger and those who believed with him said, "When is the help of Allah?" Unquestionably, the help of Allah is near. Al-Baqarah 2:214 Asterisk footage of Islamic civilization's achievements, libraries, hospitals, mosques, centers of justice. The narration ties this back to its foundation, the civilization built by Islam, a civilization that once championed knowledge, justice, and mercy, was not founded on palaces of gold. It was founded on the scarred backs of the Khabbabs, the parched lips of the Bilals, the broken bodies of the family of Yasir. Their sacrifice was the fertile soil in which the tree of Islam grew its deepest roots. To forget their suffering is to forget the cost of our faith, and to risk taking its blessings for granted. The documentary ends with a slow pullback from Khabbab's grave in Medina. The call to prayer at hand for Maghrib or Fajr begins to sound, filling the air. The camera rises to show the peaceful, illuminated Prophet's mosque in the background. Khabbab ibn al-Aratt, the slave, the blacksmith, the companion. He asked for no monuments, he left no wealth. He bequeathed to us something infinitely more valuable, a portrait of faith refined in fire. When our own trials feel like a burning iron, let us remember his scarred back and his serene heart. Let us remember his certainty that with hardship comes ease, that after the crucible end of time,